We on live.
Okay, we are?
Yep. You want something, Kevin? Huh?
Oh,
Huh? Huh? Huh?
this girl's trying to get in, I think. I don't know if she's walking by. Looking in.
Where'd she come around from?
She was just walking, but she looked in the window, so I don't know if she's looking for a business or for us.
When do you get that sign outside? I'm
Well,
working on it.
there's a lot of people say they want to do it, but
Hi, I'm Lori Morris, Independent Damsel Pro with Damsel in Defense, and welcome to our demonstration. Okay, first of all, I want to do some different safety techniques and demonstrations today. One of them, most of it I'm going to talk about before showing you the product. Hi, come on in. Go ahead and have a seat and a donut and all that good stuff. Anyhow, I'm going to be talking about a lot of different safety things. One is in the home, and it's an earthquake safety thing. But what it is it's simple. And I need to find it first. I should have had that one out and open beforehand. It's called Give Me a Sign. And Give Me a Sign is really good in case of earthquakes. Because what are you going to do in case of an earthquake and you're discombobulated in your house? The Give Me a Sign has a big 3x3 sign that has suction cups you put in the windows. It's great for seniors that if anything happens, even in another emergency of any sort, they could put it on the window that says need assistance and do not need assistance. That's going to expedite any kind of trouble if there is an emergency. So in the senior areas, if you're a senior out there that's looking for something unique to have, it's only $15 and it goes in a window, and it's great because that way it'll expedite the services as the emergency crews go up and down the street. They'll be able to notify or signify if somebody is in trouble or is not, and they can move on, move on, move on. They don't have to knock at every door. So that's just one of the little safety features. This is not all weapons. This is not a weapons kind of a thing. I'm going to show you some, but this is more about other safety things. Another cute thing that I show is the stash on the dash, and I won't go into it, but it's got very personal items in there for women. It's got everything imaginable: hairpins, bobby pins, first aid kit. It's that little emergency kit you can carry and keep at work. Now, and it's got a lot of other personal items in there too. Now, the Sassy Skincare. This is really unique because this looks like just a skincare item that would be sitting on your vanity at home, and nobody is going to know what that is until it's a false bottom can. And you can keep, I tell people, especially some women, it's the go-to thing. Keep a computer thing. I can't think of the word.
USB drive.
Yeah, thank you. You can keep that in there, any paperwork or anything, and a spare key or something, and keep that in there. And then that's all you have to grab when you run out the door. In case of an emergency, in case that big earthquake, I talk about earthquakes a lot because I'm terrified of them. But in case of any emergency, put the sign in the window if you need assistance or not. You put this, grab this, and take off and go. Grab your stash on the dash, and it's got everything you would need for a good long week away from a home if you had to be in a rescue. So, those are some things. Then I've also got, and we'll get to the demonstration on the products that we came today for. Today is all about the weaponry part of it, the pepper spray somebody and stun somebody. So I'll get to that. But we also have these little wrist bracelets. These are cords. And this just opens up and it goes on the wrist. But when you pull it apart, it'll make a long string so you can also wrap up anything. Again, it's a great safety thing if you have to wrap up it pulls the cord out, and it makes for a long, long, long cord that you can wrap up stuff, put it on your truck, wrap it up and go. Then the nice thing is it's also a rape whistle. So when it's on you, and I cannot get this to snap on because of my wrist. Anyhow, you have a whistle here. I cannot whistle. I don't want to use it really because it's going to be a good one. But it's a very loud whistle. I don't want to blow your ears out. But that's a rape whistle as well. And I can't get that back on. Next is this. This is very, very good for children. And this is a great little safety tool. They now come looking like this. It's a damsel in defense. Little safety alarm. This is great for seniors. They can hang it on their bed and it alerts anybody. It's like if they fall or something. It's not like a life alert. It's not going to do anything like that. I don't pretend it will. But it does work as an extra form of an alarm. And also little boys, when they go into the bathrooms and the mommies have the little boys go into that bathroom and they don't know what's going on in there, put it on a lanyard, put it over his head, under his shirt, and then when he does get grabbed by the mouth or anything, it has this alarm, and it's 120 decibels. And anywhere you are, this is great for in a garage at a parking garage or a grocery store. Parking garages echo real bad, so that would echo really loud, letting them know. And it's a different kind of a sound than a car alarm, so it's more of a, what is that alarm? And people are going to look and try to see where that's coming from. And that reminds me, what are the 3 places that are the most common places for attacks? Grocery store parking lot, undercover garages, and also restaurants, in the bathrooms, public bathrooms. And that goes for a lot of the casinos and that type of thing. I've talked to women that have gone into the casinos and you'll have a gang of girls go in and do whatever they want to do to the woman and take her money because it's a casino and they're gambling. So that's one of the 3 places. The grocery stores are the worst. And I just went to the Stater Brothers up here on San Jacinto and I was very happy to see a security guard there, finally. And it's because of all the problems there. I know that they can't do much. Security at the bank can only go as far as the bank sidewalk. They are not allowed to interfere in the parking lot. So when a friend of mine had gotten robbed in the parking lot, all they could do was make the phone call. So you can't depend on security alone in a parking lot. You have to have other methods to do that. And I'm going to demonstrate when we get outside some various moves on attacking, on different ways that you can protect yourself if you're grabbed getting into your car and if you're putting groceries in your car. I'll do demonstrations on that. I'd also like to do a demonstration right now with somebody with a ponytail. And this is just one little way that you can get out of, it's not a true ponytail.
And I don't have a hair tie either.
Well, put your hair up and
Frenzies.
and these are just little tips that you can do. This is just little things you can do to.
Hey, and that too. Look at that. This is
Like you knew.
See, you ain't getting that one back.
So, if somebody were to come up to you, because more rapists, the rapists and attackers look for certain types. People with ponytails, people with easy off clothing, like a skirt or a dress. They look for somebody that looks away from them, like looking down at a phone, being distracted in any way, shape, or form. That's what a rapist or attacker looks for the most. So, if you're getting attacked and somebody grabs you by the ponytail and starts pulling you, you're going to take your hand, wrap it around here, around my hand, then you're going to flip your head under and come up, and don't come up to me, don't turn your head, come up, and that's when you come in and you're going to punch me right in the the boys.
the goodies.
So, I'm sorry about
That's
that,
okay.
I rattled you, but that's just one, and so we're going to do it a little bit quicker. If I come up and I grab her, she's going to hold me right there, twist under, and that way she's got a grab on my wrist, and then she's going to give me one in the boys. And then, as she comes up and I'm already bent over, she's going to come up and she's going to plow me right here in the face.
Break that nose.
Yeah, she's just going to, when I'm bent over, she's going to come up this way, and then she's going to run, because that's the safest way to get out of a confrontation.
Kick them a few times.
You can do whatever once they're down.
There goes whatever pair of shoes
But
you're
that's
wearing.
without anything in your hand. That's what you can do without anything in your hand, and that is an easy way to do it. If they don't, if you do not, and you grab you don't have to put the ponytail in, But if they grab you by your hair, what do you normally do? You normally hit from behind. Well, that gives them the power to do this. And once they're in this position, now they've got you around the neck. So this is when you would need to bring your arm up here and pull me back down, and again, turn around and do the same thing again. And you always turn your head into the crick of the arm.
So you can slide
So
out.
that way you can slide out easier.
Right.
But if you keep your head forward, you're gonna be choking on this area here, and you won't be able to think.
I learned one time that when somebody gets you around the neck like that, you can put the side of your
Right.
foot right
Down
there
their shin,
yeah.
and then you also
Twist
would
it
use a
under.
Kubaton. Now I'm gonna go into, you're gonna get to be my demonstrator. Woohoo! She's my self-defense demonstrator, you're gonna be the stun, you're gonna be the pepper spray. How
I'd
about
rather
that?
be the demonstrator, that's great.
This is a Kubaton. This is a striking tool, and it is a weapon. It has a grip on it. You carry it on the keychain. Now, I will be the one that you're attacking, and you're gonna do what you just said about the foot. So go ahead and grab me, and now instead of my foot, I'm gonna move my hip off to the side, and I'm gonna stab right there in the boys or in the thigh.
Yeah, I'd let go.
And yeah. And then when I do come up, I can also grab here and hit here, 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 here. There are 120 places that you can use a striking tool. Or you can hit it in the ribs, and when you go into the ribs, you bend it down and separate their rib. Ouch, that sounds painful, doesn't it?
Now, does it puncture the skin?
No, it won't puncture the skin, but it will break a rib, and we don't care about that because they're attacking us.
That's right.
We don't care what we hurt on them if they're attacking
I'd
us.
go for an eyeball.
So, and do the eyes too, you can hit the throat. This striking tool is really, really good. Go ahead and hold onto that, pass it around, and you kind of tap yourself on the thigh, and you'll feel how strong it is. The Kubaton was made in 1945 from Master Kubaton. He was a karate guy. It has since been used by many, many martial arts studios. And there's different kinds of them. We've come up with the one that's very cute and adorable. We call it being safe and sassy. And it comes in multiple colors. But it's only $10, and it's a good striking tool. And that carries on a keychain that's lightweight. And they have them that are bigger, they have smaller, but those will hurt very bad. They are legal. You just can't carry them on an airplane because they have a metal base. So you cannot do that. But you can carry them anywhere else you want to go. And they're really lightweight. Yeah, give yourself just a little punch on the thigh and you'll feel it.
Stab it. It's not an EpiPen.
Huh?
There you go.
Okay. And so that's a Kubaton, and they're, like I say, they're my favorite non-weapon type of tool. Outside of that alarm, which is a great deterrent, the second best thing is probably a Kubaton for those that are scared of the noise of a stun gun or a real gun, or those that are afraid of even a pepper spray because of the actions of it. Those are the best tools that you can use in person. And when I go outside in a while and demonstrate what's going to happen getting in and out of a car, putting groceries away and in a car, I'll show you how you can use the Kubaton then too. Because you should always have three things. We call it the triple threat. You should have a pepper spray Kubaton and a stun gun on you. Because the Kubaton is immediate and effective right away, and it can be hit and struck if they grab you. You can't spray anybody because you're in the perimeter too. So what are you going to do? You have to have something that you can hit with, then get the stun gun out, and then do the last of the business after you've damaged them enough to get them off of you, and turn around and use the stun gun on them. And the stun gun, pepper spray, all of it has to be on you. So we try to have cute things. We try to have like cute little hand things that are all blingy and all that, so that you can keep it around your wrist at all times. And we even have this where the pepper spray and the stun gun pin go in it, and you can have a Kubaton. So it looks all decorative, but it can be on the same ring. So we have that. And then we have this that doesn't work yet because we couldn't get the battery. This is a great little alarm for the door. And this is great for kids that are sleeping. that you don't want to get into the Christmas room, somebody with Alzheimer's or dementia, or a teenager that sneaks out at night, or a drunk husband who sneaks in. So, but it's a very loud alarm, and it will tell them if there's a door being compromised anywhere in the house. It's a very loud alarm, and I wish that the battery would have worked so we could hear it, because it's very, very loud. But this little simple doorstop type thing is very effective. My mom has them in 2 back doors, plus she also has her alarm for the house. But she just wants to feel safer. And so a lot of widows out here, like that extra confidence of safety. And some sliding doors and windows, you can fit them in the window seal, and as well. Some of the newer ones are skinnier, and this doesn't work as well. But if your door is, wider, you can put that under so the screen door doesn't get compromised either. And it will wake you to the other side of the room. From the living room to the bedroom in the back of the house, it's loud enough for that. I really wish I could have this to show you. And then the flashlight. And these are safety things that are on the go. These are just safety things that we show on the go. This is a very unique flashlight, and I'm going to show you why. I'm just going to move my pepper sprays right now. When you have an emergency, you grab the flashlight. One, it's got a great flashlight. I'm not going to blind you with that. But it also has a blinker, and it also has a little alarm that just died on me. That's dying. I don't want to open this one. Yeah, it's going fast. No, that's okay. But I just wanted to do a quick demonstration anyhow. It blinks, and then it makes that noise.
But a lot longer.
Yeah, a lot longer. And it's got a windshield breaker. When using the windshield breaker, this also makes for a good hitting tool, a striking tool, much like the Kubaton. And it also will shatter any windshield, but do not hit it in the middle, because that glass can shatter back on you. Hit it in a corner of the windows, and that way it'll shatter in and not hurt you, especially if you roll in the water or anything. It also has, one of my favorite features is the seatbelt cutter. The seatbelt cutter is phenomenal. I don't know if a couple years ago there was a woman on the 134 that her car caught fire, and about 6 to 8 guys were trying to battle it to get her safety belt off of her. I cried watching it, going, all they needed was this. Not one knife would cut through that safety belt, and she perished in that fire. And it broke my heart, because I'm like, wow, they only needed a safety, not ours necessarily, but a tool that cuts seat belts. And when you have a baby in the back seat, and I had a head-on collision a few years ago, and my little grandsons were in the back seat, it terrified me. I couldn't get them out of those safety seats fast enough. It was just, my hands weren't working, I was shaking, and that's a terrifying feeling. But if you can cut that seat belt off of them and get them out into safety. That baby that was just on the news that had rolled, that one that was in the water that was upside down for 14 hours, that's what they had probably used, was a safety tool that cut seat belts, because that baby needed to be cut out of that really quick. So, and I was glad to hear about that. That was a good news thing. So anyhow, that's what that is. And then we have this little guy here. This is a Where's Your Baby? This goes on the child. This goes on the mama. And this can be set up to go 3 to 22 feet away. You don't want them any further away, because they're gone already. I mean, 4 feet, 5 feet away, they're already gone. They've been taken. This goes on the baby. I wouldn't put it on their wrist, because somebody can come along and turn it off, or anywhere noticeable like that. Put it where it's going to be discreetly hidden. Then this, I tell them, if they're going to be using it at a fair or anywhere where there's noise, it's loud enough, but not that loud. So I tell them to hook it on their bra, and that way it's close to the ear, and that way they know right away if that child is missing. And this one is just a really good little tool as well for little kids going into bathrooms. That way it rings if they're grabbed or anything. But this doesn't tell them if they got grabbed. It just tells them how far away they are. Oh, you're 3 feet in, I can't hear you. So you want to do the other alarm a little more. But this is great for babies and toddlers, especially in a public area. Now, the pepper sprays. We've got a multitude of them. We've got every kind of pepper spray imaginable. We've got the Take It or Leave It. This is a pepper spray for the house. This locks on the wall. You can tape it onto the wall, and that way it holds real well to the wall, so it's right near a front door area that you can get out to, and before even answering, you have that in your hand at all times. This little guy goes on a keychain, and that way it's got a little bit of mace in it, just ever so little bit of mace in it.